lovelies, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Sophie and I run the small Etsy business Sophie in Somerset. I'm a traditional artist living in the southwest of England, and I turn my art into art prints and stationery products. And I document the whole business journey on here, right from start to where I am now, and slowly starting to pivot my business and focus down into my niche and develop my art style. This weekend it is the Eharts online market, and I'm going to bring you with me for the whole weekend. It's currently Thursday, the 30th of April. The online market launches tomorrow at 6 p.m. So we've got a few last minute things to do to be ready for the market. I'm going to bring you with me for the whole weekend because I'm also going to be going out to do some plein air. So I'm going to document that, and then on Bank Holiday Monday, because it's Bank Holiday here in the UK. I'm going to be sharing with you the stats from the weekend, if I got any sales, but also not just sales, if I got any extra followers on my social media, because it's also about networking and also giving my thoughts on the online market. So if you want to see the stats, stay with me to the end. Before we get going, if you watched my last studio vlog, which was basically the whole journey into creating this journaling kit, which will be launching tomorrow, I'm so excited. In it, we went from start to finish, doing all of the designs for the journal kit, the deco sheets, the sticker sheets, and my very first washi tape. You will have seen that I placed a sample order for the art prints that's going to be launching tomorrow, because I am actually now partnering with a print on demand service to be able to offer my art prints to international customers, because at the moment my physical products are just for UK only. I also do have digital downloads on my shop, but I wanted to offer something physical for my international orders. So if you're from the US or Europe, you can still purchase from me. Now, I placed an order. I wanted to share with you the sample of what you would get if you bought from me. Obviously, by the time you're watching this, the market will be over, but obviously you can still shop from me. Hopefully some of the journaling kits would have gone, and obviously I'm also launching the collage kit, which we made together in a previous vlog. But the great thing about print on demand, there's no maximum order quantity. I haven't got to keep restock, so you can definitely still get this prints from me. So it came in this cello bag with grey board on the back, which is great. So although I'm saying that art prints, is actually listed as a fine art poster. And when it said poster, I was a little bit concerned, because when you think of posters like you have on your bedroom wall, they're quite flimsy, rip easily. This is not this at all. So it's really good quality. You can hear the paper. And I'm just so pleased with the quality. So this is the A4 version. All of my prints will be available A4 or A3. But look at the vibrancy of this piece. You can really still see my pencil marks, and that's what I love. This was created from an original mixed media piece that I did in my sketchbook, and I'm just so pleased with how it's turned out. So I would definitely recommend always ordering a sample piece. I wasn't able to get a sample piece of every single piece that I've got going, because I've got 6 prints that will be launching, but just this one I'm really, really happy with. So like I said, they'll be available A4 and A3. I just need to double check, because I need to integrate my print on demand with my Etsy. I think I've got it right, but I just need to double check that before tomorrow. Like I said, the market goes live at 6 p.m. If you don't know what the Eharts market is, so it's set up by Emily Harvey, who is also a small business owner. You might know her from YouTube or Instagram. She has set up Eharts Market twice a year for her Patreon community. So if you have to be a patron to take part. So there is artists, there is stationery, there is ceramics, there is candle making, there is gamers, there is digital downloads, lots of different things. But you don't have to be a patron to shop from it. So anyone can shop from the Eharts Market. Obviously, we hope that you shop with us, but you can also support us by sharing our accounts, by following us. There'll be loads of Instagram lives over the weekend. Like I said, I know the market is over now, but we'll probably be doing another one around November time, ready for Christmas shopping. So if you want to get involved, please look out for it. So I think I'm going to document the whole process here. Like I said, it's Thursday the 30th now. I'm going to bring you along for the whole weekend on Saturday, I think we're just doing bits around the house. So hopefully I'll be able to chat with you a little bit. We'll jump on some Instagram lives as well. On Sunday, we're going to my parents for lunch and then going to a lavender farm. And me and my mum are going to be doing some plein air. So I really want to take you along for the plein air. Then here in the UK on Monday, it's a bank holiday, so there's no work or school. So I'll be at home, and if I've got any orders, we'll pack them together. But I'll also share with you the stats. So I'm going to be making note of my follower account on all my social media to see if that's fluctuated, and also I'll just give you thoughts on my market in general. This is all about networking. It's about getting your name out there, getting your story of your brand out there. They may not be customers this weekend, but might be future customers. So you've got to think about the long game. Especially with me at the moment where I'm pivoting my business, I really want to get the story of myself, my business, my products out there. As I'm niching down to more of a Christian focused small business. So I'm excited to bring you along. And yeah, join me this weekend. I'll keep jumping in to have chats with you. I'll try and share some of the social media that's going on this vlog to get a taster of the weekend if you weren't able to experience it yourselves. And yeah, really excited.
Oh, hi! Welcome to another Eharts market. I'm so excited. The spring market has just gone live and we have over 70 shops taking part from all over the world. Hi everybody, welcome in. If you're watching this on the replay, please go and check out the Eharts market that has just gone live this second.
Hi guys, my name's Sophie. I run a small Etsy business, Sophie in Somerset. I'm a traditional artist living in the southwest of England. I'm a mixed media artist, creating pieces like the piece behind me, turn them into prints, bookmarks and stickers. I run a small Etsy business. I am part of the Eharts community. And if you had noticed, over on Instagram and social media in general, it's the Eharts market this weekend. And I just wanted to show the artist behind. Good morning, guys. It is Saturday, first full day of the Eharts market. Slightly different location. I'm actually in my bedroom at the moment, but I just wanted to update you. Yesterday evening, I had my first order. Thank you, Ripley. Ripley ordered an A4 print from me, my bee print. So my bumblebee inside the circle of flowers. I'm so happy that I had my first order at the market. Really exciting. But one thing I did just want to update you on, if you are thinking of using a print on demand service, specifically Gelato, which is a print on demand service that I am using, there is a little hiccup that I have come across. It may just be me not being really financially savvy or maybe being a bit slow, but I didn't realise. So I've linked my Etsy shop to Gelato. So when somebody purchases any of my art prints, they go through my Etsy shop. It looks like normal, but then that order gets sent to Gelato. So they pay their money to Etsy. But if you use Etsy, you will know that it takes a little while before you, as the business, receive those funds. But then Gelato needed the money to make the product. So basically, Ripley paid the money to Etsy for the product. Etsy has their money. It will eventually come to me, but Etsy still has it at the moment. But Gelato wants to make the product, so they're coming to me for the money. So I've had to pay for the art print before I've received the funds. So at the moment, I'm out of pocket. Obviously, I will get those funds back when Etsy pays me. But it's just something to bear in mind, because as a small business, cash flow, I don't know if you're the same as me, we don't have a lot of spare cash flow. So I haven't got the funds yet, but I've had to pay out for the product. So it's just something to bear in mind, that if you are going to use print on demand, you do have to have funds to be able to pay up front. Now, I guess, there's not that different from, you pay up front for a manufacturer to have your products made, and you invest in those products before you then sell them. So I guess it's not that different. But this is a bit more, when you order from a manufacturer, you know how much you're ordering. But, I don't know how many prints are going to sell today. Hopefully I sell more this weekend. But I don't know. So I don't know how much upfront I'm going to have to pay before I get it then back. Does that make sense? So it's just something I thought that I came across. I was like, I wasn't fully aware of that. I just assumed because the shops were linked, that the funds paid to Etsy somehow would get to Gelato, and then I would just get the profit. It doesn't work like that. So it's just something to bear in mind. Obviously, I don't have the stress. I don't have to package up any orders, although I do enjoy doing that. That order is now being sorted already. Ripley paid for it yesterday evening, and now Saturday morning it's already in production to be sent out to them. So it's great in terms of customer service. I don't have to do anything. I can enjoy my weekend. We're going to be going out and about today, doing little errands and things like that. I haven't got to worry about doing a package, but it's just something to bear in mind. So pros and cons of using print on demand. As always, I like to be transparent on here, and if I can avoid you falling into any of the pitfalls that I fall in, I will do so. So I just want to be transparent with you. So yeah, Saturday morning had my first order, which is great. Learning curve on the whole gelato front. So we're just going to be out and about doing a few errands today, so I probably won't film that. But I will try and film a little bit of the social media side of Eharts, just give you a bit of a taster. Unfortunately, the weather has been lovely, but it doesn't look great for the rest of the weekend, so I'm not quite sure what's going to happen about the lavender farm, but I'll update you as we go. So I'll check in with you in a bit later.
Good morning. How are we? It's the first full day of the spring online Eharts market. That was the wrong way around of saying those words.
Just want to share a few things that I've got going on this weekend. So I'm offering a free gift with every purchase. Now, so if it's a physical purchase from the UK, you will get with your order a vinyl sticker. It's this artist mouse sticker. I think it's really, really cute. It's a really good size sticker. You will also get a little goodie bag. In this freebie goodie bag, there is a bookmark, a double-sided bookmark, a postcard art print, and a vinyl sticker as well, chosen at random. I can't even remember what's in these bags because I did it so long ago. Okay, so I'm sat at my desk, I have got my wallet here, and I'm ready to shop the Eharts market. I'm very, very excited to support my fellow small businesses. Obviously, I would love to support everyone, but I can't. So I'm going to spend this Saturday afternoon whilst little man and hubby watch the snooker downstairs, shopping and watching some lives. So here is Eharts market. So many amazing shops taking part here. I'm right at the top. Actually, let me get my camera and let me show you around. Have a look. Look, there I am, right at the top there. So many amazing shops, and do some shopping. And I will probably catch up with you tomorrow. Hopefully, we will do the lavender farm if the weather is okay. If not, we've got a plan to maybe move it till Monday, but I will check in with you tomorrow. Once I've done some shopping, I'll try and show you some of the bits that I've ordered, and then we'll do an unboxing in the next studio vlog of the bits that I've purchased. Sunday. You're getting all the different angles in this vlog, aren't you? So Sunday morning, the weather's looking not too bad. So I think obviously we've got church first thing, and then we're heading off to my parents for a yummy Sunday roast. Who loves a Sunday roast? Roast pork today. So excited. And then I think we're going to give the lavender farm a go. Weather is a little bit dodgy. It's fine at the moment, but it looks like it's going to come in a little bit rainy, possibly this afternoon, but we'll give it a go. So I'll take you along with me. I'm not sure how much plein air will get done, but I'm thinking if I can at least get the outlines done, we can always do some painting together in the studio tomorrow. So last full day of the Eharts today. I did have another order yesterday from Kezia, so thank you, Kezia. So been great. I'm really loving it, but today's going to be a bit more of a chilled family day, so I'm not going to get as many lives in today, but that's fine. We've got to pace ourselves. So I'll probably check back in with you tomorrow. Like I said, I'll take you to the lavender farm with me, but I'll chat to you again tomorrow, where we'll probably just go over all of the stats from the weekend. So sales, but also on Instagram and follower count, and also views on my Etsy store. And also, I'll give you the lowdown on the market in general. But I just wanted to quickly check in with you on this Sunday morning. And yeah, I will speak to you again tomorrow. Okay guys, it's Monday the 4th of May, and normally I would say Eharts Market is over, but as it's a bank holiday here in England, Emily decided to let the market run for an extra day. So the offers are still going, so the market is technically still going, although all the publicity has gone now. So it's mainly just kind of like the stall holders doing a bit of shopping. Obviously I've done mine. My packages are on their way and I will be unboxing them in the next studio vlog. But yeah, market's over. So I'm going to go through with you all of my stats from the weekend and how I thought the market went and my thoughts, because I have a few thoughts. But I just wanted to share the quick drawings that I did yesterday at the lavender farm. Must admit, although the weather held out, the lavender is not out yet. I did my research and normally it is out at this time. I looked at past photos. We have gone to the lavender farm many times, but we normally go in August for the sunflowers. We've never actually gone in May for the lavender itself. But I looked on their social media and when other people go, and normally this time of year it's, you know, bright, beautiful lilac. And I thought it'd be perfect for the lilac weekend of the Emily Harvey art, Eharts, because that's all lilac and gold. So I thought, oh, it'll fit really, really nicely. And we got there and the lavender is still in bud. But, and even the English country cottage garden that's attached to it, that wasn't fully out yet either. Because if you've watched some of my previous vlogs, like last year and the year before, I think the last couple of years, I took you along to the sunflower field. But I did do some drawing whilst I was there. But because it was a bit overcast and I just did fine liner pen drawings, just of a quick sketch of where the lavender should be, and some of the other flowers, and I just want to colour them in now. I'm in two minds whether or not to use my Neo colours or my Ecoline markers. I think I might lose my Ecolines. So I'm going to do that now, finish off my little spread, and then I will go through with you the stats, and we have a little parcel to package. It's not actually an order, but it's a little surprise that I want to send off to a friend. So let's finish off this spread together. Maybe we'll package up the little parcel, and then we'll have a deep dive into how I think the Eharts market went. Okay guys, so I finished off my spread. I think it looks really cool. As you can see, use a little bit of artistic license. The lavender wasn't out yet, but that's what it was meant to look like. So I actually ended up using my Neocolor 2s, which are water-soluble crayons, like these ones here. And then I used my Ecoline markers over the top. So Ecoline markers are alcohol markers, and the alcohol in the markers actually activate the water-soluble property. So you have the texture of the Neo colours, but then the coverage of the marker over the top, and I think it gives a really nice effect, really nice and quick and easy. So I got my little spread together. It was fun doing that. Great little trip. Like I said, just a shame about the lavender. I will take you back there at some point, probably in the summer, to see the sunflowers, but at which point lavender then will be over. This is what happens with gardens. We were actually out in the garden this morning, actually, because now it's Bank Holiday Monday. My parents came up and we planted some potatoes and some sunflower seeds. Really, really wholesome. Little man helped. Well, you know, the toddler's not really helping, but he thought he was helping, which is really cute. And, you know, that was really great because the thing is, I had 2 orders this weekend. Technically, the market's still going, so I might get some more orders. I know some of the people who were taking part in the market are actually doing their shopping today. But so far, I've only got 2 orders. 2 orders is amazing, considering, the times at the moment. Times are hard. But one was my art print, which is through a print on demand service, and the other one was a digital download. So 2 forms of effectively passive income. I didn't have to pack anything. Now, I love packing. I loved packing up that little parcel that I'm going to send off to my friend. I'm going to send off my journaling kit to a friend who is stateside. Now, obviously, my journaling kits technically aren't available to stateside customers. However, if you live in the States and you are interested in my products, or anywhere else in the world, just drop me a message, because it's not a flat no. I just can't advertise it because of the expense. However, if I can help, I absolutely will. There may be a way that we can come to an arrangement that I can get something sent to you. So please always ask the question. Anyway, that's a bit of a segue. I love packaging up orders. However, it was lovely to have 2 orders, but without that, right, I need to get in the studio, I need to package those up, I need to get them out. I didn't have any of that. I could enjoy my Sunday at the lavender farm, enjoy a morning out in the garden today without having to rush. And that is amazing, because at the end of the day, that's why I set up my small business. I set it up to spend more time at home with my little boy. And it was great. And it's something that I want to lean more into. And I think that's what a lot of people are thinking about. I noticed quite a few people on the market are using print on demand for some of their products to take that pressure off, and also to be able to reach a wider audience. And there was just a lot of different creators in general. There was gamers, there were some like digital services, authors. It was really, really cool. It was a really lovely market. It was the smallest Eharts market that there has been. There was only 70 shops, I think, and sometimes it's been over 100. Obviously, the spring market is always quieter than the November market, because November is obviously to class the Christmas market. People need to shop because they're buying Christmas presents. In the spring, you don't need to shop. And at the moment, people aren't spending money if they don't have to. So it is always quieter in the spring. But I think it was just quieter in general. I think a lot of small businesses have been going through it. A lot of people have had to sadly close because they're struggling so much. But it was a really positive market. Everyone was really supportive. It's a supportive community anyway, but nobody was moaning that they didn't get any sales or anything. People were sharing each other's pages and posts, and it was just really, really lovely. So in terms of figures, they aren't crazy. So on Instagram, I got 8 extra followers. Normally, it jumps up quite a lot, but that's because we're following each other. But because it's stayed quite steady, like the Eharts community at its core hasn't changed at the moment. So we were already all following each other. However, to get 8 extra follows over a weekend, I think is quite good. Thread stayed the same. I got 1 extra subscriber on YouTube, which is great because I didn't advertise this channel at all. In terms of my Etsy shop, I got 2 sales, 120 views, and 70 visits. I mean, that's amazing. I wouldn't have got that traffic to my Etsy shop ordinarily in that short space of time. It's just eyes on products. I had a couple of people now following my shop, so when I do product drops in the future, they'll be notified, and it's just getting eyes on your products. I wasn't really too worried about sales this time around. In previous years, I've been really pushing for sales, and I've been really down when I haven't got them. However, I knew, aside from my art prints, my journaling kit, it is for a Christian audience. And although a few of the people in Eharts are Christians, they're predominantly in the US, which I can't ship my journaling kits to. So I knew, and Kezia, who bought for me, is a Christian, and she bought one of my Christian digital downloads because she couldn't get the journaling kit. So I knew that was the case. However, I was more kind of setting the tone for things to come. It was my first journaling kit. I wanted my first one on there to then build upon. So this was more about advertisement for me. And do you know what? but it would cost £4 to take part because that's a trestle fee. Trestle is the page that we have our Eharts market on. For £4, that was a really good weekend of marketing. I had my products out there, my face out there. I did a couple of talking head reels, although I didn't go live. I had a couple of reels. Do you know what? That was a great bit of marketing. So I'm really, really happy with how it went. And it's made me more confident in my products. I had some lovely comments on my art prints, which, although obviously I spoke about the kind of working out in terms of cash flow with having to pay with gelato and things, on a whole, I think I'm going to carry on down that route for now. I'll wait and see what Ripley's feedback is. I'm really interested to see what the feedback is. Providing that's really good, I'm really happy going down that route, not having to worry about getting the printing quality from home. So yeah, so those are my thoughts on the market. It's always those kind of things. Like I said, it's still technically going on at the moment, so I haven't had much time to let it percolate to kind of think about my thoughts on the market. But that is my kind of initial knee-jerk reaction to how the market went. Really enjoyed it. Really, really positive and supportive market. Nice and chilled. It wasn't too full on. Sometimes the Christmas one could be really full on. However, nice amount of lives. I was able to get a good balance between having some nice wholesome moments at home over the bank holiday weekend, whilst also being in the market and enjoying that side of things. Had a couple of sales, which is great. Got to try out how my gelato works. So I am glad somebody bought that so I could see the process. And yeah, onwards and upwards. I have a lot of exciting things coming. In the next studio vlog, we will be trying lino printing. This is something I've wanted to do for quite some time. I got bought a kit basically for my birthday a few years ago, and I haven't used it, and I've been dying to use it. And we have the craft market that me and my husband organise. We organised two for the first time last year, and we're doing it again this year. That's coming up in July. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool to do some lino printing, maybe on some cards and maybe on a tote bag? That's what we're going to be trying in the next studio vlog. It might be an absolute car crash, but I will be filming it for you. So that will be the next one. And then also we'll be carrying on our travelling journal series. I'm due to be receiving my next travelling journal in the next couple of weeks, so I will be sharing that on here as well. Lots of exciting things to come. Thank you for joining me this weekend, and I will see you in the next one. God bless. Love you.